And Alexander the Great, he was Macedonian. He came to Egypt mainly to make offerings for one of our great gods in Memphis. And this god was called Amun-Ra. On the way, he found a small island and a village, and he decided to connect them together to create a harbor mainly for trade between Egypt and the rest of the whole world. So, on the way from Memphis, coming to another oasis called Siwa, where we have another temple for Amun-Ra, he gave his orders to his genius architect called Dinocrates to build the city. His dream was to see Alexandria, but actually he didn't see a single building because he died too young. Alexander the Great came to Egypt 332 BC, and Alexander died 323 BC. So he only stayed 10 years, and he did not die in Egypt, he died in Babylon. And his wish was to be buried in his city, Alexandria. So they embalmed his body in Babylon, they put it in a pure golden coffin, and the body came in a huge funerary procession. Alexandria was not founded yet, so they put his body in Memphis. They buried the body in Memphis till the city was finished, and then they moved it in the middle of Alexandria. Dinocrates only showed Alexander the Great the plan of Alexandria, and it was divided like a chessboard, and it was divided to 5 main districts. The main thing, straight lines, straight roads, intersecting together, and this is where most people believe that this is where is the Alexander the Great, in the middle of Alexandria. 2 main roads, one from east to west, and the second is from north to south, and they meet in the middle of the city. After the death of Alexander the Great, Alexandria became part of the Greek or the Ptolemaic Empire. We started by King Ptolemy I, and this was 323. And by the way, Alexandria was completed during the time of Ptolemy III, and he was the last strong Ptolemy we had in Egypt. Ptolemy I, Ptolemy II, and Ptolemy III. So the Greeks stayed by the Ptolemies from 323 till 30 BC. 30 BC we had Queen Kilipatra. We have 7 Kilipatras, by the way, but the most popular one, she is Kilipatra VII, and this was 30 BC. From 30 BC we started the Romans. Then we had the Arabs. The Arabs conquered Egypt 641 AD. So Alexandria became the capital of Egypt for almost 1,000 years during the Greeks and the Romans' time. And Alexandria today is our first largest port in Egypt, and it's the main summer resort for all Egyptians. Population, we are talking about 8 million. Summertime it goes up to 12 million. Because of most of the Egyptians, the rich or the high-class people, they have a new area called the Northern Coast. We're going to be passing by part of it, and this is where they have their private beaches, private villas and townhouses and small apartments on the Mediterranean Sea. So June, July, August, these are our summer holidays. Can you see how narrow is the streets? Shops, these are all shops, very, very old area of Alexandria. Shops are closed. They open in Alexandria around 11, and they close between 11 to 12 at night. Most of them, they do work 7 days a week. Private taxis in Alexandria, they are yellow and black, and public buses, they are light green in color, and each bus has a number written on the front for a certain destination. The industrial area, since Alexander the Great was completely planned out of the city, so we will be passing by part of this industrial area, which we call it a Lampreia. Most of the people here, the rich people, they work mainly importing and exporting, mainly cars in Alexandria, cars and wood. We import and we export at the same time wood, and the majority, middle class and below, they work mainly for the government. So either we have here government employees or we do have businessmen. Some of the minibuses, they are white in color, and our tradition custom in Egypt, it's the long gowns, which we call it galabay. Okay? Men, they wear very bright colors. I'm talking about farmers, because we have this costume. The more you go down to the south of Egypt, the more people are strict. So in the south, men are dressed in gowns, dressed in very light colors, because they are working out in the sun all day. Young girls, they still wear very colorful gowns, but when she's married, she has to wear very dark colors, like black, mainly black, brown, navy blue, and gray. But in big cities like Alexandria and Cairo, they wear jeans, they wear dresses, shorts, so you're going to see lots of contradictions, especially in Cairo. You're going to see a carro car, a wooden car pulled by a donkey, and beside it a BMW or a Mercedes. A lady dressed, she's totally covered, even covering all the face except the holes for the eyes. And a lady, she's wearing the tight jeans. So there is no pushing from the government for women to be covered, by the way. And it's a speech from Prophet Muhammad for Muslims, that women, they should cover themselves when they go out in the street. I want you to prepare your cameras to take a quick picture for the Roman theater. This is the first amphitheater we have in Egypt, 3rd century AD. This is the entrance. We are not allowed to park, but we'll do our best for a few seconds so you can get the picture. It's on the left side. We can see the remainings of the columns. We can see part of the stage. And can we see...
Way back there.
Can we see this mud brick building over there? Yeah? This was like for jacuzzi and saunas and massage, and this is where the elite Romans used to meet. They found like cisterns with water pipes under the ground connected to the Nile. And they found 2 basins, one for hot water and one for cold water. And this is the main theater in front of us now.